Today we will start a new lesson. Lesson 15, Movable Objects, Force, Friction, and Motion. Now, when we look at the environment around us, we find a lot of things moving, like birds flying in the sky, children running in the park, water flowing in a canal, pendulum moving in a watch, fan rotating on the roof, etc. So, what is this movement? Basically, we see a lot of things moving. We see a lot of things moving around us. We see that some things are static also, like tree which is on the side of the road, or a stone in the park, and a building, etc. By static, we mean that they are not moving or there is no movement. Why do we say like that? Movement is motion, which is important for life. If all these movements stop and things become static, what will happen? When we put a weight on our own head directly, or if we use turban or cloth on our own head, we are comfortable in the second position. Let us study about motion. Okay. We'll study about motion, about force, about friction. Okay. Now, the first topic that we're gonna cover is static and motion. Can you turn on your video, Emma? Turn on your video. Now, when you go to some place from your home, you move. This makes change in your position with changes with time. This change of position from of a thing from time to time is known as motion. Okay. Now we are moving from one place to another. Okay. When we are moving from one place to another, the time also changes. Okay. At the time also changes. Suppose I am at my home at 11 a.m. and I reach the market at 11:30 a.m. So I am from my home to the market. That is a change of place, and it is taking me half an hour to reach. At my home it was 11. When I reached, it was 11:30. So change in time also happened. So this whole thing is known as motion, the change of position of a thing from time to time. Okay. From time to time is called motion, means the thing is moving or the thing is in movement. Now, think about a tree planted on the lower end of the road. It is there where it was yesterday also. There is no change of position time to time. Some things they do not change. Their position do not change. For example, the tree. Okay, the tree that was there on the roadside yesterday is still there on the roadside today. Okay. So that change in its position from time to time is not taking, means that it is known as static position or permanent position. Okay. This position is known as static position or permanent position because there is no change of position from time to time. Therefore, the item where position does not get changed is known as fixed position. Okay. Static position or fixed position where position does not change or it does not changes its place. So we call it fixed position. Okay. Understood what is motion and what is static motion or what is static position? Hello, Ibrahim. Okay. Now we will check out types of motion. Okay. There are types of motions or types of movement that takes place. Okay, let's take a look at them. There are some images. Okay, there are some images. This butterfly is going like this round. Ball is falling first in a straight direction and then in a slant direction. Boy is moving in a zigzag manner. Top is spinning on its own axis. The Ferris wheel is going like this, spinning like this, straight in a circle, and the swing is going back and forth. Okay. Now these are various types of motions. Let's see, take a look at them. Flying butterfly goes on a non-fixed path. Okay. When a butterfly flies, it goes on a non-fixed path, means that it doesn't have a fixed path. She can fly in any direction. Okay. Non-fixed path, and then its motion changes. So when the movement takes place, which has no fixed paths. Okay, so that is known as irregular motion. Irregular motion. It is not regular. It is not having a fixed path, but it is irregular. So irregular motion. Then a falling ball has a linear path. This is known as linear motion. Okay. See, I drop a ball from here. I drop a ball from here. Okay. So it will go on this straight line. Right. It will go on this straight line. So this is means it has a fixed path. Right. Or when I'm throwing it to my friend. Okay. When I'm throwing it to my friend, then also the ball will go to my friend. It has a fixed path. Okay. It will not happen that the ball will go like this, like this, like this, like this, and then come to the friend. No, right? It will go straight. It has a fixed path. Okay. So when things have a fixed path, they are known as, or a linear path, they are known as linear motion. Okay. Then a top that revolves on a rotation path. The top revolves on its axis in a rotational or cylindrical motion. When something is revolving on its axis, okay, when something is revolving on its axis, it is known as something is revolving on its axis, it's known as rotational or cylindrical motion because it is rotating like this. See, it is rotating like this on its own axis. Okay. Then we have merry-go-round. Okay. In merry-go-round, the rotation takes place like this. Okay. So this type of rotation is known as circular motion. Okay. This type of motion is known as circular motion. Then we have swing, where a child goes back and forth, where a child goes back and forth. This type of motion is known as oscillatory motion, okay, or oscillatory motion, where something goes back and forth. If you've seen those old watches or old clocks, those old big clocks, they have a giant pendulum which moves from left to right, left to right. So that is also oscillatory motion. Okay, when something goes back and forth in the same position, same direction, back and forth, it's going again and again. That is oscillatory motion. Okay. Sometimes many things have different types of motion. For example, a tire of a vehicle revolves on its axis and moves forward. This shows that it has a linear motion and rotating motion. Okay. Sometimes a thing can have both linear motion and rotating motion. Okay. For example, the Earth is revolving on its own axis is rotating motion, whereas the Earth revolving around the Sun is circular motion. Okay. So same thing can have two types of motions also. Okay, it is possible. Emma, are you sleepy? Are you sleepy, Emma? You can go wash. You can go wash your face.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Just one.
Yeah. Go splash some water and come back. So these are the different types of motion that are there, different types of movements that are there around us. Okay. Now, Abraham, your papers got approved, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. When are your tests beginning? Starting?
Ma'am, Mama is making that schedule.
Okay. Please ask her to share it with me once it's made. Okay.
Yes,
For
ma'am,
the
Mama will
first
share
unit.
it.
Yeah, for the first unit test. And did you try out maths? Did you try out some maths questions?
Ma'am, from the maths book? Yes, ma'am. I told you,
Yeah.
no, ma'am, 1, 2 chapters are left in maths for the entire portion to be completed, right?
Okay. Any doubts in the portion that you completed?
Ma'am, as of now, no doubts.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, it's a very easy portion. They're starting off with whole numbers and everything. And then they're like, they start to make it a little difficult by adding indices, which is still easy. They introduce the power rule and the quotient rule, and then they continue with adding. Then at last they finish it off with square roots.
Yeah, they finish it off with square roots. So what topics are still left, Abraham? Square roots?
Ma'am, square roots and a part of indices I think is left.
Okay.
They have given a lot of questions like more than normal.
Okay, Abraham, this Saturday I'll take one class of yours. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And we will check it out.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. This Saturday I'll take practice of your questions that are like gonna be there in the test. I may give you some questions that you have to solve. And I'll like take a small revision of maths with you. Okay. This Saturday. Yeah. There is an activity to study different types of motion. Take one small stone, thread, copy, and pen. Do the following activities and note it down in a notebook. Drop stones from different heights about 3-4 times. Then rotate the stone in a circular motion by binding it with a thread. Bind the stone with a thread and put it on a nail and leave it. Now see its motion. Bind stone with thread and put it on a nail. Observe the tip of pen while writing all the details. Okay. So the first one, that is when we drop stone from different heights. When we drop something, mostly what happens is that it goes in that same direction where we in which we are throwing it, unless an external force is applied to it, some other external force is applied and that makes it change its direction, that is a different story. But see, like I gave an example, I am throwing a ball, I'm passing a ball to my friend. The ball will go in a straight line if I'm passing like this. If I'm passing like this, then it will go like this. It will go like this. But it will go to my friend. Okay, it will go in that direction only. So, and if I'm like throwing a stone, it will go in that direction. Unless the wind is very fast and it makes the stone like it may affect the stone, or unless the wind is very fast, it may affect the ball. Okay, so that is a different story. But this motion where you have a linear path on which your thing moves is called the linear motion. Okay, so the first one is linear motion. The second one, rotating the stone in a circular way. Okay, it is circular motion. The third one is binding a stone with a thread and put it on a nail and leave it. Okay, this is your cylindrical motion. And the last one, when we are writing with a pen, okay, you write it in a non-fixed way, and that is why it is irregular motion. Okay, a lot of motions are irregular motion. Some motions are linear motion, also like driving a car. Okay, driving a car can be irregular if you are making a lot of movement with your car. Okay, it can be irregular also. And there's the tires of the car cylindric. They do cylindrical and linear motion. Okay, so that is like different types of motion that is there. Okay, now these are the images. Let's try out the exercise. You have to identify which things are dynamic and which things are static. Okay, dynamic means here means changing. So basically, you have to identify what in what things are changing or moving, and what things are remaining in its place. That is static. Kicking a football, is it dynamic or static? Kicking a football is dynamic or static?
Ma'am, I think it's a dynamic motion because it's moving.
Because it's moving. Yes. Moving needles of watches.
Ma'am, that's dynamic because anything that is moving is dynamic.
Yes. Tree planted on the side of the road.
Ma'am, that's dynamic.
No, that's static.
So it's static.
Yes, that is static. And the last one, planets of solar system.
Dynamic because they orbit the
Yes.
sun.
Dynamic.
Yes, yes, because they are moving around the sun. Now, what type of motion is found in the following things? Now you have to identify the motion. Players playing hockey in a ground. When players are playing hockey on the ground, which type of motion? Irregular
Ma'am,
motion.
irregular.
Yes, because sometimes they will run to this side with the ball and sticks. Sometimes they will run to that side. Sometimes they'll run to this side, that side, this side. Okay, in the field with the ball. So it is irregular motion. Then,
Ma'am, you
yeah,
stop presenting.
no, I didn't stop presenting.
See, in first one we can see, okay, some mistakes were
Okay,
also there,
ma'am.
I guess.
Is it not showing on your screen?
Ma'am, I can't see it. I remember the
This
next
one.
question.
See, second one too easy now.
Okay.
105,
This
107, and
present.
109.
Emma,
Ma'am,
can you
I
see?
can see it.
106, 10.
I'll represent it. Can you see now, Abraham?
Yes, ma'am. Now I can see it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Now, motion of a child
Where
in
is
a
the
swing.
number?
Oscillatory.
Yes. Oscillatory.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I remember one person teaching me that
Like that.
when a person is on a swing or it's a pendulum, it basically has two type of energy: potential energy and kinetic energy.
Mhm. Yes, Abraham. That is right. They have potential energy and kinetic energy. We also learned about kinetic energy, right? Last time.
Ma'am, I don't think so. It's in this course.
It's not in the course, but I taught separately because one question came that I gave in the test, which was whose answer was kinetic energy. Okay, that topic will come
Okay,
further,
ma'am.
so I'll cover it. Okay, now motion of a person climbing stairs. This is linear motion. Okay, because if stairs he's climbing, so he's going in a fixed path or a linear fixed direction. Okay, now motion of the earth around the sun, motion of the earth moving around the sun. Circulatory motion. And motion of the earth on its own axis. Rotatory motion. Okay, or rotation motion.
Okay, ma'am.
Then we have measure length and measurement of distance or length. Whenever we see a dynamic thing, we say it changes its position with time. When an object moves on a path from one place to another, the length covered by that object is called its distance. Okay. If I'm going from my home to the market, to the market, this is the distance covered by me. This is the distance covered by me. Okay. This path that I went from the home to the market is known as distance. Okay. It's known as distance. Now, how do you know how much we covered the distance or how much distance we covered or how far is the market from our home? We measure the distance. Okay. We measure the distance. Now, to measure the distance, we have a measurement unit called kilometers. Okay. To measure many, like a lot of distance, we use kilometers. Okay, which is a measuring unit. For measuring smaller distances, we use meters also. Okay, or to measure a lot more distances, we use miles also. Okay, we use miles also. Kilometers, meter, and miles are the units that we use. when we are measuring distance. Now, there is also length that is measured. Okay, the length of something that is measured. Now we use in the present we use meter. Okay, which is we use meter, which is a standard unit. Sorry. We use meter, which is a standard unit, means it is a particular unit which is the same for all the measurements. Okay. Previously, people used to use handspan. Okay. People used to use handspan. What is a handspan? The length of the hand. Okay. Or this thing we used to measure. Okay. This thing. And then this thing from the finger to the elbow, fingertip to the elbow, the hand span. But because all of us, the hands of all of us are of different sizes, it did not create uniformity. Okay, one tailor has small hands, short hands. It would give you lesser, and the other tailor who has longer hands would give you more.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
ma'am, two things, ma'am. First, the person will want to go to the tailor with longer hands because the person is getting more cloth for the same money.
Yes.
And second of all, ma'am, I think they also would use another measurement using rope. I think it would be called cubits, and then they would divide the rope into parts and tie a knot.
Okay. The rope. Rope is was also used, Abraham, and rope is slightly better than the this thing. Okay.
Because, ma'am, rope can be having an equal measure.
Yes. With rope it can be an equal measure. But the thing is that the rope, its usage is not very convenient.
Two or
You have
three.
to tie a knot, okay, you have to pull it to
Fourth one.
form a straight line. Okay. So all the time we have to do all that work. It's like not
Do fourth
very
one and then do seventh one.
convenient. Okay.
Ma'am,
Compared
it
to
is kind of
Because
convenient, ma'am.
you're getting confused in that, but that will also come in, right?
and the
I
availability.
didn't understand the practically, ma'am. Ma'am, if
Okay.
you wrapped it around something, then you would get you'll get a tape measure sort of stuff thing.
These numbers will always come after the
Yeah.
decimal.
The
And
ropes are not marked.
yeah, ma'am.
Write down
The ropes
and
are
tell me
not
the answer what
marked
you got.
also. You would get the measure, okay, but it will not tell you exactly how much inches or exactly how many meters that is. The thing is.
But ma'am, that it would have been okay for those people at that time, ma'am, is because it didn't matter to them because they were not building anything precise.
Mhm. Okay, they were not making anything precise. But in the present, we get everything made very precisely, right? We need everything made very precisely. For that precise, we use a measuring tape that has measures of inches, of feet, of meters that we use to measure. Now, let's give this a read. A tailor measures the length of a cloth to know whether it is sufficient for a kurta or not. A carpenter measures the length and width of an almirah to know how much wood is required for it. In older time, also length of the foot was used. Okay, width of a finger was used. One step ahead, then hand span. They were used to measure in ancient Egypt. Foot is used as a unit of measurement of distance or length in various corners of the world. Okay, we still use foot. Okay, but it is more standardized now because they a particular standard size for feet is also there. So it doesn't happen that somebody is having a small foot or somebody is having a larger foot. Okay, no, but it is a standardized size that is declared, that is decided that this is gonna be 1 foot. Okay, and when we have 3 foot or 3 feet distance, it is equal to 1 yard. People measure 1 yard by measure of cloth from chin to open hand. Okay, like from chin to open hand. I spread my hand like this. I spread my hand like this from chin to the open hand. Then that is how they measure the 1 yard. Okay. Then, but every human being has different body structure. How can it be used to measure the length? Everybody, because everybody has different lengths of legs, steps, feet. There must be some problems in measurement. Due to this problem, the French started measurement in 1970. Okay, they started meter system. Okay, they standardized the meter system. For uniformity, for uniformity measurement, various scientists of the world prepared a standard system of measurement. Okay, various scientists prepared the standard system. Okay, SI standard. This is known as international system, which is SI standard. Okay, I'll tell you more in detail about this thing tomorrow. Today we will stop here in science and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. You have a break, small break you have, and then we'll begin next. 2 minutes break for you. Okay. Hi, Joshua. Good morning.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Alright. Did you do the homework, Joshua?
Not yet, ma'am, but it's almost done, ma'am.
Okay. Please send it to me once you're completed. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Abraham, Emma, hope you all have come back. Turn on the videos. Abraham and Emma. Today we'll start a new lesson. That
Yes,
is, that is the 9th chapter. Simple interest and compound interest.
Do the next one.
Okay.
Two
Our
more questions you have to do in this one.
interest and
One you
compound
can do
interest.
for 1,000 and one you can do for 100.
Hope you're there. Okay. Now, today I'll explain you what is interest. What is the concept of interest? We have heard this term interest, right? We have heard this term interest. Okay. Now, what happens is that suppose I am a person and this is the bank. This is the bank. Okay. And I am going to the bank. I am going to the bank because I have some extra money. I have some extra money. I thought that I will keep that money with the bank. I will keep that money with the bank, say rupees 10,000. Okay. I am keeping my 10,000 with the bank. Okay. I am keeping my 10,000 with the bank for 1 year. For 1 year. Okay. Then after 1 year, I am going to the bank and telling me, give me my 1,000. Okay. Give me back my 1,000. Now, bank will give me back, bank will give me back an amount of rupees, 11,000. Okay. How is the bank giving me 11,000? The extra 1,000 is interest. Okay. The extra 1,000 is interest. This concept is known as FD. Okay. Or a deposit, or basically a fixed deposit. Fixed deposit. Okay. 10,000 was at the rate of 10% interest. 10% interest. Okay. So what happens, guys, is that when I am keeping my money in the bank for a fixed period of time, okay, when I'm keeping my money in the bank for a fixed period of time, say 1 year, it can be 2 years, it can be 3 years, 5 years, okay, I cannot take it back, I cannot take that money back, okay, but it is with the bank for a particular period of time. So the bank will give you a interest, means additional amount. The bank will give you additional money because you are keeping your money with the bank. It will give you extra money, additional money at a fixed rate. at a fixed rate. Here, the rate of interest was 10%. Okay, what is the 10% of 10,000? 1,000. Okay, 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. So now when the bank is giving me back after 1 year, bank will give me my original 10,000 plus 1,000. Okay, the bank, now that the bank is giving me, it will give me my original 10,000 rupees plus 1,000 extra. This 1,000 extra is what? This is my interest. Okay, so it's giving me the entire sum of 11,000. Okay, now this 1,000 is known as interest. Okay, this original amount that I deposited in the bank at first, the original amount is known as principal. Okay, principal. And this amount, that is the total of principal and interest, is known as amount. Is known as amount. Okay, understood? So amount, that is where I get this formula. That is where I get this formula. Amount is equals to principal plus interest. Okay. Okay. Once again, I'll show you. Once again, I'll explain. I had 10,000 rupees. Okay. And I deposited 10,000 rupees in the bank. Okay. For a fixed period. That is 1 year. Okay. Now, bank said that you keep your money with me. Okay. You deposit your money. Okay. And I will give you 10% extra. I will give you 10% interest. Okay. 10% extra. So I said, okay, you will give me 10% extra. I will deposit my money with you. Okay. If you keep that 10,000 in your almirah, in the cupboard, in the locker, it will only remain 10,000. Okay. It will not grow, or it will not become more money. But bank is telling me that I will make it more money. Okay, this happens in real. Okay, this happens in real, that when we are depositing our money with the bank for a fixed period, bank will give us extra. Bank gives us extra money. Okay, that is 10% interest he is giving me, the bank. Okay, now after 1 year, I go to the bank and say, give me my money and my interest. You said you'll give me extra. So give me back my money and the extra amount also. So bank says, okay, I will give you. Bank gave me how much? 11,000. This 11,000 is what? 11,000 is 10,000 the amount that I deposited. Okay. And bank told me, I say to the bank, you told me give me extra. So bank says, 1,000 I'll give you extra. Okay, that is interest. 10% of this 1,000 is 10% of 10,000. Okay,
Ma'am, but
10% of 10.
why would the bank
Yes.
want it? Why would the bank want to give you more money?
Why the bank wants to give us more money? Abraham, when we are depositing our money in the bank, it is useful for the bank to give out loans, and that money it regulates, or that money it circulates further. Okay, our money, and because we've kept it in the bank can like use it, and then after 1 year, the bank will circulate the money back to us. Okay, it is a good thing for the bank. It is a good thing for the bank. Okay, so that is why bank gives us extra interest to keep our money with the bank.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Another thing is, My mother
Yes.
said when a bank shuts down, you lose
Mhm.
all the money you put in it.
You lose the money. Abraham, if the bank is in loss, okay, if the bank is in loss, like major losses, then you may lose the money. That is true. Okay. But also, Abraham, what happens is that the bank will give you some portion. Okay. Say if the bank is suffering a loss, the bank might give you 40% of your money or 60% of your money. 60% of your money. Or if the bank doesn't have anything, then you'll suffer a loss. But that usually doesn't happen because we should check the financial position of the bank before we put our money in the bank. Okay, before we put our money in the bank, we should always check what is the position of the bank. Is it in loss or not? What, how much is the assets of the bank? Okay, we have to check all of that, and then only we put our money in the bank. Mostly, we put our money in government bank like SBI. Okay, SBI, State Bank of India, is the biggest government bank that we have, which will never get into loss because it's regulated, because it's a government bank. Okay, private bank is HDFC. Okay, private bank, biggest private bank in the country that we have is HDFC. So HDFC, if you check, it is having like lots of assets and lots of um like money. HDFC is having basically. Also, only the people who are very good financially, who are very good, can open an account in HDFC. HDFC will not open an account for anybody. If you are unable to maintain it, HDFC will not open your account. Okay, you have to be really able to get your account opened in HDFC Bank because it's the biggest bank. It has all those rules and all. Okay. HDFC is the biggest private bank. The biggest government bank is State Bank of India, SBI. So in these banks, they're trustworthy. You can keep your money. Okay. You can keep your money. But in small banks, okay, small banks, avoid putting money in small banks because they might get into losses. They might collapse. They might shut down. Okay. That is why. Now, so the bank here, this bank gave me 11,000. The 11,000 that he's giving me is principal also, original 10,000 plus 1,000 interest. So the original 10,000 is known as principal. The 1,000 I received extra is known as interest. And the total amount that I'm receiving is called amount. Understood this thing? Understood how it is giving us interest? Joshua understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Emma?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay. You please write it down. Okay. Please make this diagram in the notebook and write it down. I want all of you all to make this diagram in the notebook and write it down. Emma, can you turn on your video?
Done, ma'am.
Okay.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
One more side of interest we will see. Okay. One more side of interest we will see. Interest. There is another thing that comes under interest. Okay. What is that? What is that? Okay, this is my bank. This is my bank again. And now, first one, I kept the money with the bank. This time, I need money from the bank. I need a loan. I need a loan. Okay. This time, I need a loan from the bank. Do you all know what is a loan?
Ma'am.
Yes, Joshua.
Isn't a loan like you need money, you go to the bank, you take a bank for like 11 lakh, and then you like to buy an item, and then the bank you can decide how many years you want to pay the bank back, and then when you finally pay the bank back, they'll charge extra interest to you.
Yes, Joshua. Very good. That is exactly what loan is. Okay. Very good. If we go to the bank, okay, and ask for money, okay, and the bank gives us money, okay, the bank gives us money, loan of rupees 10 lakh, say 10 lakh, okay, 10 lakh, bank gives us a loan of 10 lakh, okay, says that I will give you loan at the rate of at 10% interest, at 10% interest, okay, for 5 years, for 5 years. In those 5 years or after those 5 years, I have to pay back to the bank. I have to pay back to the bank, okay, after 5 years or after 5 years or during the 5 years, small amount you can pay, okay, to the bank. How much I have to pay? Rupees 11 lakh. Okay, why 11 lakh? Emma? 11 lakh because,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, look on the screen, okay, 11 lakh because first I have,
10% interest.
yes, first I have to pay the original 10 lakh plus I have to pay 10% interest, 10% interest, which is how much? 1 lakh, which is how much? 1 lakh. So this amount I have to pay to the bank, okay? This amount I have to pay to the bank. Again, this original amount is known as the principal. This amount again is known as the interest. Okay, and this is known as amount. This is known as amount. Okay, same formula is applicable here also. Amount is equals to principal plus interest. Amount is equals to principal for plus interest. So see, two things are there. Two things are there. Okay, one is when you are paying interest to the bank. When you are paying interest to the bank, or when bank is paying interest to you. In the first case, bank was giving you interest because you kept your money with the bank. Okay, bank said I will give you something in return. So bank is giving you interest. Okay. This case, bank give you money. You borrowed money from the bank. Bank says I will charge something. So this time you are paying interest to the bank. Both interest are the same thing. Only in the first case, bank is giving you interest, and in the second case, you are giving interest to the bank. Okay, understood? Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Write this down, please. Please write this down.
Ma'am,
Yes, Abraham.
do we have to rewrite this because this is basically the same thing that we just wrote?
Yes, Abraham. I want you to write this down again. Okay, because it is the concept is same, but the interest meaning here differs. Okay, the type of interest here differs. Like I said, the first interest you were the bank was giving you the money. In this time, you are giving the money, the interest to the bank. The first case, bank was giving you the interest. Second case, you are giving interest to bank. So it is different here, a little different here. So please write this down again. Can I please write this down?
Yes, one second.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Done writing? Shall I clear the screen now?
Not yet, ma'am. For me, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Completed, Jayashma.
Done, ma'am.
Done. Okay. Okay. Now tell me. Now tell me. I deposited rupees 2 lakh with the bank. Okay. At 5% interest. 5% interest. Okay. So when the bank gives me back, how much bank will give me back? I deposited 2 lakh rupees to the bank, and bank is giving me 5% interest. So how much money will the bank give me back? Okay, first tell me, what will be 5% interest? What will be 5% interest in amount? What will be 5% interest? I'll tell you one trick to calculate. Okay. But this is actually like verbal, but still I'll tell you a trick to calculate it. Okay, the amount of interest, 5% interest of 2 lakh. So do 5% of 2 lakh. 5% means 5 upon 100 multiplied by 2 lakh. That is your 5% of 2 lakh. Okay. 5 upon 100 multiplied by 2 lakh is your 5% of 2 lakh. Okay. Now calculate. Now calculate 0, 0, cancel, 0, 0, cancel, 5 twos are 10 and put 3 zeros. 10,000 rupees is the 5% interest. Now tell me how much the bank will give me back. If I'm putting 2,000 rupees or 2 lakh rupees to the bank is giving me 5% interest. How much bank will give me back? Okay. See, I taught you the formula. Amount equals to principal plus interest plus interest. In the above equation, the original money that I am keeping in the bank is 2 lakh my principal. And this 5% that I calculated is my interest. Now look at the below formula and tell me how much the bank will give me back. How much the bank will give me back now. Abraham, Joshua.
Ma'am, 2000, ma'am, 2 lakh 10,000.
Yes. And Joshua?
4,10,000.
Yes. Okay. Because my principal is 2 lakh. My principal is 2 lakh and my interest is 10,000. Okay. So 2 lakh 10,000. Here also 2 lakh 10,000. This 2 lakh 10,000, that is your total of your principal and interest, is known as, your total of principal and interest is known as amount. Okay. Now write this down, please. Write it down as it is. Okay. Mark 2 lakh as principal. Calculate 5% of 2 lakh and mark that as interest. And 2 lakh 10, mark that as amount. And also write this formula. Write this down. Okay.
Ma'am, can you give us a sum like this to solve? 37.
Yes, Abraham. Yes.
Ma'am, another question is, would they only have like a lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh? Or can you, in the question, give us crores?
Can the question give you crores? Crores chances are less, Abraham, okay, because it is a very big number. Okay. Chances may be less to get crores, but you will get lakhs only mostly.
And ma'am, can the
Most-
lakhs come like all the different numbers like 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Like, can you have numbers ranging from 1 to 10 in that lakh and no zeros? If I do divide it, there will be a remainder.
Okay.
Okay.
Because then,
Well,
ma'am, that will become a very big number to divide by 5 or something.
1,04,528 is also lakhs.
Clock के अंदर there is 23.
But usually,
You are not supposed to do 3 p.m. no?
these chances
It
that
will
such
be
a
11
number
p.m.
comes
at
is
night.
also no.
If the purchase
Okay.
price is more than
You
the
will get
price, it is
a
called
complete number. You will get 2 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh, okay, 4 lakh, 8 lakh,
Purchase price.
in zeros only.
No, I
The
already
chances that
that
such a number comes is
And
1
angle
lakh
value
4,528.
up to you.
Okay.
Hmm.
So chances are that you get this number. You get it mostly a complete lakh number. Okay.
Less than 4
Okay,
minutes.
ma'am. Thank you. No, ma'am, because I don't even have that. Like, one time.
Rate of interest can be anything.
Now,
Rate of
addition of numbers having up to
can be
5 digits.
12, can be
3,
4.5, can be in
5
point also.
plus 1,
So I'll
2,
teach you that.
It's
I'll
already
teach
did
you
that.
the rate of interest is in points. How do we solve that?
Addition
Okay.
is a big
Tomorrow I will
Ma'am.
teach you time periods. Yes, Abraham.
Ma'am, can you give us one question where it's in points, ma'am? I want to try.
Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow. When I have taught you that, I'll do that tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Today, I'll give you one
Now
question
to arrange the addition
in
from
which
the
you have
did you start the addition? Okay.
yes,
Tell me the answer for that.
Underneath
a loan question only.
How did you
200,000.
arrange the addition?
Yes, Joshua.
Always bigger number at the top.
Abraham, can you
Smaller
repeat
number.
yourself once?
So actually, for
Yes. Now, Joshua, say
Underneath 200,000, what is the number, ma'am? 200,000
this number.
at the bottom.
This number. 2
200,000.
lakh. 2,10,000.
Thank you, ma'am.
210,000. 2,10,000 it is. Okay. Okay, try this out.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Okay. Try this out. This is based on a loan. Okay. I took a loan from the bank. Okay. I took a loan from the bank. Took a loan from the bank for rupees 5 lakh. And The bank is charging me 5% interest. Okay. Loan for 5 lakh at 5% interest. So, how much will I have to pay back? How much I have to pay back? Have to pay back after 1 year? After 1 year. This is for 1 year. For 1 year. Okay. The bank is giving me 5 lakh loan at 5% interest. Tell me how much do I have to pay back the bank after 1 year?
Extra.
Ma'am,
3.
25,000. See, 5,250 to
Okay, let's add the
2,000.
class from 8.
The number is
Eight
difficult to
days.
say.
Ma'am, interest will be 50,000, right?
No, ma'am, interest would be 25,000 rupees, and the full amount is 52000.
Ma'am,
Ram is fine. Yes, Joshua.
we have to log out now, ma'am. It's 9 o'clock, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Joshua, you can log out. Okay. Or first write this down and then log out.
Okay,
Okay. First I'll calculate the interest.
ma'am.
Ma'am, 5,25,000.
5 lakh.
Ma'am, when I was
Sorry.
calculating it, I got 50,000. Because no, yeah, he's right, 25, yeah.
25,000 you will get. Okay. 25,000 you will get as the interest. Okay, Joshua, write this down. Now I'll calculate the amount. Amount equals to principal plus interest. Joshua, write this down. Principal plus interest. Principal is how much? 5 lakh. Plus interest is how much? 25,000. So your amount will be 5 lakh 25,000. Okay. 5 lakh 25,000 is your amount. Hope it's clear now. Calculating the amount. We'll further see how to calculate principal, how to calculate interest, how to calculate rate, how to calculate time, all the things we will learn, okay, in this lesson. Okay, we will learn what is simple interest and what is compound interest tomorrow. Okay, today we just learned what is interest.
Okay, ma'am.
What is simple, what is compound, we'll learn them tomorrow.
Ma'am,
Yes, Abraham.
ma'am, I have a question. Even I'm needing to do it with 0.5, ma'am. Suppose I can do it 5 upon 1,000 into 50,000, right? Will that work?
Yes, Abraham. Yes, right, Abraham, right. That is correct. Okay, that is how you do it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, Joshua, Abraham, Emma. See you all tomorrow. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
ma'am.
Emma.
Bye, Joshua. Bye, Emma.